Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. We are going to be making a poppy remembrance wreath. And I'm going to explain to you the meaning of poppies and Memorial Day, what the connection is. I'm going to read it for you so that you have a good understanding of why we are making a poppy wreath. So poppies are flowers, first of all, and they kind of look like this. There's a picture of a real poppy, some poppies on a stem. They're really light, wispy type flowers, very vibrant in color with a black center. All right, so Americans don't typically wear poppies on November 11th, which is Veterans Day, and Veterans Day honors all living veterans. Instead, they wear the symbolic red flower, the poppy, on Memorial Day, and that is the last Monday in May, and that's coming up. And it is to commemorate the sacrifice of so many men and women who have given their lives fighting for their country. So that is what a poppy flower represents, and we are going to help out with honoring the veterans and soldiers that have sacrificed their lives. So there are the art kits available on the deck at the Boys and Girls Club, and hopefully you've already picked one up. And in it you'll have in it some red cutouts. I had a couple of some really vibrant, more cardstocky flowers cut out, and then you'll have about 6 of just construction paper flowers cut out as well. And I am lucky enough to have a stamper that can stamp these out. I don't have to worry about tracing or cutting. But if you run out or you want to make more, you can always just use this and trace around it to make your own for your papers. But I'm giving you enough to make the wreath. So you'll have, like I said, you'll have these in your kit. You'll also have a couple of small ones because sometimes flowers start out small. Even though they're a little bit different, we're going to make them look like poppies. And you'll have about 5 or 6 of those in your kit. And then you will have some little black dots that were cut out that will go in the center. There's some small ones that can go in the center of the smaller poppies, and then some bigger ones for the bigger poppies. Okay, and this is a really simple and easy and nice way to be proud to be an American and to remember all of the veterans, like I said, or all the soldiers that sacrificed their lives in the wars. So in your kit also, you will have some red, white, and blue ribbon. So you'll be able to make a bow and a hangy thing for your wreath. And I did provide you with a paper plate with a hole cut in the middle, and then you're going to glue all your pieces around it. And then tie it with the ribbon to make your wreath. And you can hang it on your front door, or maybe hang it, maybe if you have a mailbox, you could always hang it near your mailbox so people can see it, or somewhere outside, or you could always give it to a family member who might have served in the armed services, or maybe one of your parents is already, a military person. So, let's get started. All right, so you're just going to need some glue and then some scissors, because I basically did the work for you to cut these out, unless you want more and you could make another one. All right, so as you can tell, the poppy flowers that were cut out, they're very flat and one-dimensional. So it's fine. You can have them like that. I like to add some dimension to mine. So what I did was I did some cuts in the flowers so that I can kind of fluff up my flower to make it a little bit more two-dimensional. Okay, so it has 2 dimensions, so you can actually see the top and the bottom of the piece of paper, and that's what makes it two-dimensional. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do it. So I already cut up my pieces so that I can expedite my way through the project so that you guys can get busy doing your project. All right, so what I did is I aligned a couple of my little flowers here. So I have two papers there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold it in half, and it's going to be aligned, you know, pretty perfectly, or with the, so all the sides are the same. So it's just cut in half. Then what I'm going to do is I'm in between each of the little petals, I'm going to make a little tiny cut. All right, so I don't know if you can see. So just cut a little ways in, not too far. Not all the way, otherwise you're going to cut your flower in half. And all the way in between each of the little ridges. And then when you open it up, you'll see that all of the flower petals have been cut so that you can kind of curl them up a little bit, because like I said, the flower petals are kind of curled up around the center of the center of the flower where the seeds are, the little black dot. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to get started. So what you're going to do is make sure you get your glue. Elmer's glue or school glue is probably going to work the best. Remember, don't put too much on. And when you use the glue, just put enough on to spread it around, and you can just spread it with the tip of the glue. If you put too much glue, it's going to take forever to dry, and maybe not dry really at all. All right, so I'm going to start, and I'm just going to place a flower on the thing. And then also when it's drier too, that's when you can kind of curl up the edges of the flower, because if you start doing it now while the glue is still wet, it might slide all over the place and not be in the position that you want it to be in. All right, so I'm keeping going here. I'm using the ones that are made from construction paper. I'm going to do kind of a little pattern to spread out. So I'm going to do 2 in a row, and it covers pretty much all the white of the paper plate. You can always color the paper plate or paint the paper plate if you wanted to. You could always paint it red, white, and blue, or like for American flags, or you could paint it red so that all the poppies, kind of everything blends in. So far I have 2 on there. You can see there's a little bit of white here, and you can always fix it later and put markers there. All right, so then I have the 2 construction papers. Now I'm going to add the cardstock paper, kind of blend it in, because a lot of flowers they might be the same color, but the shade of color might vary, and I think that goes for most flowers. Like daffodils, you could see there was like, you know, yellow and white and orangey. So there might be different shades of red. All right, so now I have that one. Oopsie, what I mean. I have to be patient and wait. Especially if you're not, you can always use a hot glue gun. You just need a little bit of hot glue. All right, so I'm going to do 2 more. I'm going to expedite this as quickly as I can. My glue takes forever to come out. Sometimes if you leave it on its side, it won't have as long to travel down to the top, the tippy top. So I'm going to do 2 construction paper flowers, and then 1 paper stock or cardstock flower. Put 1 there. We're cruising on this. It's easy and fun, and just such a nice way to honor soldiers. All right, I'm going to keep going here. Keep on keeping on. Oops, clumsy. Clumsy. Another one right here. And then, as I said before, you'll have some small ones that you can put in place. Some of my glue is not sticking. It's gotta dry. Okay, and the same thing goes for the small ones to make the little cuts. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna do the same thing with the tiny flowers. You're gonna cut it in half and line up all the edges, and then you're gonna make a cut between two of the, so there'll be a cut for two of them. It almost looks like a heart shape. And then you open it up, and then voila. Then you'll add some dimension to it. All right, so I'm going to start gluing these on. You might be able to cover the white part a little bit with these as well. Fill in the blank. Fill in the blanks, the blank spots. Okay, added one there. I have another one of these. And I'll give you enough to definitely fill up your whole picture, so you don't have to feel like you're running out of the flowers. And if you want, you could put it higher up on the ridge. I didn't do that with all of the flowers. All right, and then now I'm going to add some of my black little dots for the middles, for the centers. This is the fun part, it's the easy part. Now they're starting to look like flowers, like poppies. Poppies. To wet my fingers here. Everything sticks. Sticky. Okay. I'll get a little dot for the little flower petal. Okay, there. Boom. All right, how are you guys doing? Is this going pretty smoothly? All right. Now I'm cruising on here. Cruising! All right, there we go. And then another little one right here. All right, just so I don't hold things up anymore, because I know you guys really want to get doing this. I'm going to let it dry a little bit before I kind of fluff up my flowers. But, all right, so with the ribbon, I have red, white, and blue ribbon that I put in your bags. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to even out take it at the end so that I can even it out a little bit. And if you want, you can always do a hole puncher at the top of where you're going to hang it, or if you don't want to put a hole through it, you don't have to do that either. You can just put it right through and hang it through the center part, which I'm going to do. And then if you need to ask for help, you know, please ask for help, because sometimes ribbons can be ornery. All right, and then I'm just going to make a bow. And you can either make it like a bow from the top, or you can put a bow here. I think I'm going to do it at the top, how I originally was going to do it. Oh, now I messed up because all my ribbons. All right, whew, I did it. Okay, I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to make a knot. I'm just going to make a knot at the top, and then I'm going to do some curly ribbons. I'll show you how to make some curls with the ribbons. All right, here we go. There we go. Boom. Put the knot up too. All right, tighten that up. Commit to that. All right, so then here would be your red, white, and blue top part here. Let's straighten that up. All right, then if you want to curl your ribbon, you're going to open up your scissors, okay, be careful, and you're going to put it on the inside and pull it. Pull it. And if you have other ribbon at home that you want to decorate it with, feel free to do that. And try to curl it the natural way of the way that the ribbon is kind of already curling, that's helpful. So it's almost kind of like a little bouquet of curlicues. And then you would just hang it up. And there you go. And then there is your remembrance for Memorial Day. All right. Thanks for joining me, and have fun. And I will see you next time for our next art activity. Take care. Bye.